Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time you are watching this video. Igbo people, come to the front. Yes, come to the front. You are in the news today. You guys are always in the news, but today's own is very special, and I really want to talk about it because I do not believe that a day like this will come. And trust me, I never miss any opportunity to come and say things when something like this happens. So what are we talking about? It was sometime last year or 2 years ago when the current Minister of Defense, when he was the CDS, that's Chief of Defense Staff, was complaining that not so many Igbo men, Igbo boys are applying to join the Nigerian military. They say that out of thousands of forms that they sent to the east, that is only few people that have applied to join the Nigerian military. Guys, recently so many Igbo men are rejecting the offer to join the military. And back then, I do not understand it then. I was asking, why? Guys, why? Why are you people not joining? Because I felt like we need representation, Igbos, that they need representation in so many levels of government, you get, so that if something is happening, we still have, our people there. I do not understand what these people were running from until like later in the day. Guys, you guys know when the Babangida book trended. Babangida book, when he did his new launch where all the politicians attended and they contributed money for him, blah blah blah, all of that. The main event, the main thing that caused that book to go viral was the fact that Babangida, who was the active general of that time during the 1966 coup, he said in his book that it was not an Igbo coup. Guys, you all know how Igbos have suffered, how they have had to carry this stigma of this civil war, of this 1966 coup, how it has been labeled and told an Igbo coup. Even up to this moment, they still call it Igbo coup, that it was the Igbos, Igbo generals, Igbo armies, Igbo soldiers that hijacked the government of that time and plotted a coup to overthrow the government and carry all those things. Up till now, they still use it to, even most people still use it as a reason that they say that there should not be Igbo presidency, because according to them, Igbos are violent, Igbos are this, they are not fit for government, they are the ones that plan the coup, they always like to take things by violence. So Igbos have had to carry that stigma for a long time. Igbo coup, once that thing is mentioned, all because the person that started or orchestrated that 1966 coup has an Igbo name, which is Nzogu. Now guys, have you people heard recently that there is a failed coup against Tinubu? I'm sure that you did not hear it, or if you hear it, it was just in passing by. Of course, that one will not be made go viral, because do you know why? Among all the soldiers that planned this failed coup, there was no Igbo person. There was no Igbo soldier there. There is nobody that they can hang it on his neck and say, you are the one that planned it, you and your people come to overthrow Tinubu, something like that. That is why it is not even being heard of as it should. Like, just imagine if just by mistake an Igbo person is among these soldiers that planned this coup against Tinubu, the whole president in this current regime that we are. You are planning coup against the chief of all armed forces. You are planning coup. We are not hearing it because the name of the person and where he's from is not Igbo. His name is Musa Abubakar. Yes, guys, do you know why? The main reason why I'm making this video is because of this particular Twitter account. I want to read two different posts that this particular account, it's Arewa account, Twitter account, an account that posts anything that goes against Igbos and posts everything that goes in line with Arewa youth. So I want to read out two different posts from this one account to see how these people can be so biased in anything that has to do with the Igbos. We'll come back. Just read this. And it says, it is an Igbo coup and it will remain an Igbo coup. No amount of whitewashing can change history. Carried out by the Igbos, tipped and spared top Igbo government officials, and only one tribe is a beneficiary of that coup. We know our history. Okay guys, now listen to this person, what he has to say concerning this recent failed coup against Tinubu. And this one, he says, Brigadier General Musa Abubakar Sadiq acted on his own, not on behalf of Northerners. Stop trying to make this about Northerners. We know how to remove Tinubu, and we will do it through the ballot in 2027. You see, it was never about what is true and what is lie. It was never about what actually happened. It's just agenda. All they want to know is it is Igbos. They are the ones that cause it. It is, no matter what, even if they don't care. Even if the main person, even if Chukwuma Kaduna Nzogo come out that time and say, in fact guys, we're actually going to read an excerpt, just a little excerpt from the book of Babangida. That's the general, that's his president. This one will be someone that heard, or he was present as at the time that this thing is happening. Let's read from his own view, because it was later, just recently, that this man feel that, I'm even glad that he said, no matter whether it is never too late for the truth to come to light, but I am glad that he wrote this out so that maybe his conscience will leave him. Let's read. So guys, this is the part from Babangida's book which proved that the main person that started the 1966 coup was not an Igbo person. Here it says, as a young officer who saw all the from a distance, probably ethnic sentiments do not drive the original objective of the coup plotters. For instance, the head of the plotters, Major Kaduna Nzogo, was only Igbo in name. Guy, only Igbo in name. He was born and raised in Kaduna. His immigrant parents were from Opanam in today's Delta State, which in 1966 was in the old Midwestern region. Nzogu spoke fluent Hausa and was as Hausa as any. He and his original team probably thought, even if naively, that they could turn things around for the better of the country. Guys, did you notice something? Okay. Guys, look at this other part. It says, it should, however, be borne in mind that some senior officers of Igbo extraction were also victims of the January coup. Did you hear that? Igbos were also victims. For instance, my elsewhere commander in the Renaissance Squadron in Kaduna, Lieutenant Otto Chinyelu Unebu, was brutally gunned down by his own brother, Mayor Chris Anuforo, in the presence of his pregnant wife at his 7 Point Road residence in Apapa, for Mary being a threat to the revolution. Guys, I want you to understand something here. It was not even an issue of where are you coming from, are you Igbo or Hausa. It was an issue of who are you supporting. Are you, if you are not from us, even if you are my Igbo brother, even if you are my Hausa brother, I will gun you down. It was an issue of, are you with us or are you against us? It was not a cue of where are you from. But now these people have turned it to another thing. Look at this second part. Okay, this second part says, it should also be remembered that some non-Igbo officers like Major Adewa Ademoyega, Captain Ganiu Adeleke, St. Fola Oyewe, and others took part in the failed coup. They took part, look at the names that they just mentioned now, these names are not Igbo, that they took part in the failed coup. Another officer of the Igbo extraction, Major John Obienu, crushed the coup. Those who argue that the original intention of the coup plotters was anything but ethnic refer to the fact that the initial purpose of the plotters was to release Chief Obafemi Awolowo from prison. Chief Obafemi Awolowo, who is not even an Igbo man, from prison. So tell me how this thing is an Igbo coup, my people. Did you get the part where this man said that the person that orchestrated that, started that coup of 1966, he's not even Igbo. He is not even Igbo. He's from Delta State. Now they are going to say Delta State is Delta Igbo. It is only when it comes to bad aspects that is when they will include all these Delta rivers, all these people, and all of them. They will include it in Igbos. Even then themselves, that is when they will accept that they are Igbos. But when it comes to good, they will exclude them. They will no longer be Igbos. The only people that will be Igbos are Anambra, Ebonyi, the 5 states in Southeast. That will be the only ones that will be recognized as Igbos when it comes to good. But when it will favor them, they will just, like, what is going on? It is now that I am beginning to understand why these Igbo men say, no, we are not joining the army. Because I was thinking maybe it's for them not to put them in Sambisa forest and all of that. But aside from that, I am now seeing another reason why an Igbo man will now get up and say, I am not joining, leave me with my trade, I am not joining the army. Because we know how all these things will be going right now. Had it been an Igbo person mistakenly is among the person that tried to overthrow Tinubu, do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Like so many news outlets are not even carrying this. So many televisions, they are not even. In fact, we are just hearing as if it's gospel. Before they even denied it that it did not happen. It is now recently that it becomes so obvious that they cannot deny it any longer, because they know that if you keep this bad egg there, that very soon it might as well happen. I don't care whether what their plan is or whether they actually, but the fact that this thing happened and it was tried to, like, we didn't even know about it up to now. So many people do not know that this kind of thing, that do you know what it is that you want to plan a coup against a sovereign president, against a democratic president, someone as very strong as Tinubu, and it is just going like this? Well, I know why it is going like this, and I think that so many of us know why. So now when something like this now happen and tomorrow they will come and say Igbos are not joining, leave them alone. If someone say they do not want to join, just leave them alone. They know why they do not want to join. Hey guys, I read this and I see how, like, so right now this one is going to be something that only him can carry. Be this Musa Babangida. It is no longer the mind of all the people of Arewas. It is no longer the mind of all the people of Fulanis, the people of Hausa, but the one of one person did of 1966. It has now become the mind of all the Igbos, even though that person is not someone that is mainly from the southeast. But it has become an Igbo coup. But nobody is going to call this an Hausa coup or a Fulani coup. It is becoming very, very clear. The bias, the partiality is becoming very, very clear. Like every day we keep seeing a new pattern. Anyway, God for us all. Guys, if you have anything to say concerning this video, please do well to share it in the comment section, okay? And if this is your first time of coming across my channel, do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I bring original content down to your doorstep. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.